Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports. This is the #1 place for all your fantasy content. We do the research, so you don't have to. But wait, so you don't play fantasy? We have you covered with all your F1, IPL, and UCL content. So head on over to the Fantasy Pavilion YouTube page, like, subscribe, stay connected with us. We have all the content you're looking for to fix that team though and do better. The last year you were doing shaky. But this year we're doing better. We're doing better this year.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport deadline day. Of course, it's now 1 p.m. here in Trinidad, and at 2:45, 2:30, I believe, sorry, wrong time. 2:30 is deadline. So I'm trying out a deadline day stream. They didn't have a chance to shoot all week. So let's get straight into it. Let's show you what the YouTube team is looking like. So right now, this is redemption week because, of course, we dropped a bit in rank this week. So I'm trying, of course, to get some redemption this week. So we were 600,000, now we dropped to 900,000. So we're trying to get back up this game week, fix things, and of course, get into that 1,000 points points mark this week as well. So this is what the team looks like right now as it stands. So of course, Edison in goal, Trent, Gabriel, Simicas, Cash, Palmer, Ichan, Ward-Prowse, Salah, Saka, Alvarez up top. And then, well, of course, so this is my bus team. And John Stone on the bench, Kabore, Mubama, and Haaland. Now, I do have 2 free transfers. And of course, as we know, very soon, City and Brentford blank in game week 18. So my initial thoughts looking at this team and thinking of my strategy, what to do, get rid of Haaland, jump on the Watkins train. Watkins is definitely a high commodity these days. Even maybe drop Mubama and try to bring in Solanke. Getting rid of Haaland can free up a lot of funds there for now. Of course, hold on to Alvarez just in case City do run riot on Crystal Palace. I'll have a vital City asset in Alvarez, hopefully. And hopefully he could bang this game week. So that is what we're looking at so far. So I'll try my best to look at all the news, check out what's going on, check Twitter. But let's, of course, fix our team. And if you have any questions, any comments, anything at all, any scenarios you're trying to play with in your team, let me know. So let's start. So of course, also, I think first and foremost, let's take a look at the fixtures real quickly. We have a little time. We'll panic at 2 p.m. So of course, Forest facing Spurs. If you're looking for any defenders for your team, Pedro Porro, definitely a great shout. Once you have the funds, once you, I guess if you're getting rid of someone that was already injured or you're looking, you have 2 free transfers, just want to use one, I think Pedro Porro is a great option. He's 5.4, so not super expensive. Definitely should be within most managers' budget. Now, of course, this is a very interesting one. Bournemouth are facing Luton. Now, of course, a lot of people running down Solanke, but I also would like to stay on the defenders topic and mention Senesi. Senesi might not be that bad of a shout, and once in a while he gets the odd goal, the odd assist. So that could be triple trouble there. Clean sheet, goal, assist, you never know. So I think he's definitely a good shout. Now, of course, not underestimating Luton. Luton have been scoring in the last few games and been fighting and playing really well. Another team for defenders, Chelsea, not a bad option. You have Colwill, Thiago, not too bad because of who they're facing. But I know they've been a bit funny, beating certain teams and losing to certain teams. Sheffield are not the best right now, but they are scoring goals, so you never know. But Chelsea's not a bad shout for defenders as well. Of course, Sterling and Cole Palmer in the midfield department, not bad shouts. Of course, City are playing Palace. Palace have a lot of injuries. Edward, a few guys are used on suspension, so some of the key players are out. No John Stone. So City can't possibly put the hurt on Crystal Palace. It may not be like the old days where Crystal Palace used to give them trouble when they had Gallagher. So, of course, you're not underestimating them. Anything could happen, but I won't be too frightened with my City assets. But, of course, it is time to at least only own one, unless you have a great bench where you can swap out three and you have three great benches just to hold on for game week 18. Of course, for those that are wildcarding, depending on who you have, if you have Alvarez, hold on to him and then you could possibly wildcard after, things like that. So you can wildcard for 18. But of course, City have some good assets. So if it's not too bad, I won't waste it. If you still have a wildcard, you could always hold it for 19. Newcastle Fulham. Newcastle are in a bit of a lot of trouble. Not a bit, not a lot of trouble fitness-wise. But Callum may feature. They may force Gordon. But Fulham have been playing very well. But let's see if that translates to the away fixtures, the away form, right? So we'll check that. We'll stay tuned to that. But Fulham have a few injuries as well. Ream is injured. Harry Wilson is fit. Willian is iffy. So maybe Jimenez might be on pens, and Jimenez has been doing all right recently. So not a bad shout. Burnley Everton, my favorite fixture. Now, of course, Everton slapped with their -10 and still putting in great performances, have not lost since they received that -10 deficit. So definitely a team to look at. Maybe an Adukuri, a cheeky shout on Adukuri, a cheeky shout on Pickford. Maybe if you're looking for keepers. People are saying Calvert-Lewin, maybe, but I'm not too sold on him. But definitely Adukuri is not a bad shout. Definitely not. But if you're really feeling tricky, but the fixtures do dip a bit. The fixture difficulty increases. It gets very, very difficult for them. But so far, they've weathered some very difficult storms. Burnley away should be okay, but Burnley are decent at home. The next game, of course, Arsenal-Brighton. Very, very interesting game. Brighton played midweek. Played Thursday, actually, yesterday. Won the game. They're now through to the round of 16. They had to win that game. Arsenal were able to rest players. Hopefully that works in Arsenal's favor. But for those who don't know, Arsenal versus Brighton at the Emirates is so far is in favor of Brighton. Brighton have been dominating that fixture recently. So, even though Brighton are, of course, depleted, they are relying on a few French players. They can still turn up and cause some trouble for Arsenal. So we'll see. Brentford Villa. Now, Villa do not travel too sweet away from home, as we know. But looking at people like Watkins for sure, Brentford don't have Mbeumo. How crucial would that be? Can Wisa step up? Can Yanel step up? We'll see. Can one of the defenders step up from set pieces? But Aston Villa, this is one of the biggest tests, hardest tests, even without Mbeumo. We have to see what they can do on the road here, how they travel, because they have to work on their away form. Their home form so far, if they keep it up, they can definitely be league contenders the way that they're playing at home. But the way they need to work on that, because we saw them draw 2-2 versus Bournemouth, but were able to beat City and Villa at home. So let's see. West Ham Wolves, tricky one. But Bowen in the free, always recommend Bowen. Kudus not a bad shout. Wolves, Cunha, definitely a great shout if it is that they're looking for a quick short-term punt. If you're getting rid of Haaland, not too bad as well. Liverpool, Man U. Now, Man U are the type of team that may just suddenly turn up. I'm hoping not, but they may suddenly turn up. Salah, of course, will be a brilliant shout for this game. Salah, captain. I think Salah, game week 17, is one of the best captain shows. Now, normally you would look at a fixture like this and try to avoid it because it might be maybe high on the fixture difficulty scale. But based on Liverpool's form and based on Man U's form, Liverpool can run riot here. They could easily. But, of course, things are not on paper, sometimes on the day. But away at Anfield, and given the form that Man U have, definitely not favorable for them. So let's try to see what assets we can bring and what I'm going to do with this team. So I'll just show you guys, this is the team. I won't bother with the goalkeepers for now. I still have my wild card, so I'll probably wild card If not 18, wildcard in 19. Possibly. Defenders why I'll do the double Liverpool, Semica, Trent, Gabriel. I'll probably drop Cash and Kabori. Saka, Salah, Palmer, Wang Chan, Ward Prowse. So possibly leave it as a 3-5 and play 3-5-2. So get rid of Haaland, bring in somebody else, or even maybe bench one of my mids, play 3-4-3. So a lot of options there, a lot of things to play around with. And as I said before, there are some very good strikers. If you're trying to get rid of Haaland, there's some good replacements for him. Solanke is a good replacement. Cunha. If you don't yet have Watkins like we do here, which is madness, I know, definitely could go and try and get Watkins there. Defender-wise, as I said, great shouts for Poro. He's definitely a good shout. I know I wouldn't recommend Trent to bring in Trent. He's expensive, but he has 2 tricky games. But definitely after the Arsenal game. But if you like me and you like the risk, I think it's a good shout because even though his fixtures are pretty tricky and he may concede, his attack output is very high. He's doing very good attack-wise, assists, goals. So, and he has been so far, especially if Salah cannot bring something or if Salah can't get something out of the game, Trent has been their big game player recently. So definitely someone to look out for. Now, Villa defense is not terrible too, but of course we know they don't travel too well. But this fixture couldn't have come at a better time, especially where Brentford are missing Mbeumo. So Paul might be a good he might be a good one for Villa. I'm even looking at players, as I said, Senesi, differential shout, Colwell, differential shout for Chelsea. Spurs, you could even go with Dogi if it is they don't want to go Poro, but Poro is creating. We have been lacking a lot of the creative defenders for this season. It's not been as banging as last season. So definitely want to try and keep up with that. So let's see what's possible news is about. I can check out some injuries for you guys, let you all know what's going on. Because definitely a lot of things happening to keep track of injuries. I know it's very tricky too because of course people are looking. Let's say if you were looking at a Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey is injured now, so that's something that could throw off all your plans, right? Do we know what's happening with Haaland? Should we sell Haaland? I'm just selling. I was going to sell him. Oh, bench him. You have to bench him anyway. If you don't want to sell him, but you can free up some funds and you could always bring him back. So let's say you only have. You say you have 2 free transfers. You could use one for that and always bring him back in 19. I see no problem with that. Watkins and there are some very capable deputies that can do the job. So definitely not too frightened for that. Villa injuries, not too bad. Like I said, just Bailey would be because recently Bailey has been in great form. Digny is suspended, as we know. So Cash maybe might be the main creative outlet there for them. Maybe. As you already know, Brian Mbeumo injured out for a while, a very long time. So that's a big blow there for Brentford in terms of their attack. Brighton, whole host of injuries. So, of course, the main people, of course, Marshall, I'm still out. But as I said, they do seem to have Arsenal's number at the Emirates. So you never know. Maybe someone like a Dringer, if you're feeling for a punt, your Joao Pedro, your Mitomas. But just keep in mind, they played a very tough game, a long game, a hard game on the weekend. On Thursday yesterday in Europa League. And they have now qualified for the round of 16. And please keep that in mind, guys. These mid-table teams, a lot of them are still in Europe. And that is adding to how much football they have to play. And we've seen that they have not been able to weather that. They don't have the depth. So they will play really good in Europe and then falter in the Premier League, or do well and falter. So either one. So just keep an eye out on that, on the assets that you're getting, even if they're differential points. So if you think that they are great for a particular game, you just monitor what they did during the week, because a lot of these players are not having the energy. Even the big team, you've seen it with Arsenal when they play a game, right? The only team that seems to not be too hampered by it is Liverpool. Liverpool are still in decent mood. As I said, Chelsea, of course, we know have a lot of injuries, right? Well, but there's a possible return that possible chance of return for Nkunku, and Nkunku might be back. So I mean, obviously not recommending him as a punt just yet, but maybe we might see him get some minutes and let's see what he can do. Might be decent. Might be decent. Crystal Palace. I know a lot of people would have had Anderson and those kind of guys. Maybe a good Mitchell is injured, but potentially may return, but I doubt. We saw Roy Hodgson mention that he's going to play. Should be about 3 youths on the bench. So Crystal Palace are bare bones right now, and they're in the same state as Newcastle. So definitely a bit concerned there for them, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Let's roll next team. All right. Okay, well, as I said, Palace in trouble. So maybe, but it's still messed up because you can't go ham on City assets unless you have a wild card. So you want to bring in 3 or go in this game with 3 and then you wild card them out. But that wouldn't make sense, right? If you just have Alvarez or you have your Haaland, but Haaland, of course, is flagged, so that may force you elsewhere. Fulham looking really decent. Willian is injured, so we're not too sure, but they are trying to assess him to see Ream is injured, so he's one of their critical defenders, right? They're important defenders, so I'm hoping that doesn't mess up with their clean sheet status. Liverpool, right? They have a few as well. Robertson still out, but none of the key guys, at least of the recent form, are missing, so not too bad. But City, we know City's situation, right? Now, of course, is Pep playing mind games with us with Haaland? Right? They're saying they're hoping that he could go travel to Saudi Arabia soon, where they have to play the Club World Cup. So is he going to put a lot of importance on that and force Haaland in that? I doubt it. Maybe rest him completely because they have a lot of big games coming up. Jack Grealish has a hip injury, right? But he's 75% chance to play. So maybe and then of course Doku is out. So Grealish will probably have to force, or we'll see one of the youngsters take that role. So United, interesting one with United. I'm not recommending any players there, but of course they have a whole host of injuries as well. But I'm not going to recommend any players from Man U. I think Liverpool, you can even double Liverpool assets, I think, or go I will even say a defender, mid and an attacker, yeah, and a striker. Newcastle, of course, their list of injuries are very, very long. They just got back Willock. Willock is back out injured. So it's very tough for them. Anthony Gordon, I think they're waiting on today to see. So probably right now they're trying to see if he can force something. I'm sure they're going to force him. They have no choice. But Callum Wilson is back. So that could probably bode well. He might be a cheeky shot, a good shot. I don't see why not. I think Gordon might be a very solid shot for this game week. Not bad. Let's see. Tottenham. Right. So of course Madison, as we know. The Celso just recently was doing well for them on his return. So he's out for a little while as well. But they still have their son, still have their Charleston, so not too bad. Okay, West Ham just Mikel Antonio for sure. And well, Wolves, as we know, Pedro and with eight Nori, stuff like that. But not the key guys, Wang Yichan or Cunha. So still good on that front with those guys. So what am I going to do with my team? That is the question. What am I going to do with this team? What is my game plan? So initial thoughts, get rid of Haaland. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so my transfer. So if I get rid of Haaland, I'll have 14.3 in the bank. If I get rid of Mupama, right, that's 18.6. And I can play Gabriel, Trent, Simicas, bench, Cash, Pesco, Bori. I can play 3-4-3. I can go Saka, Salah, Palmer, Ward-Prowse, and I can bench Hichan. Right? No, yes, I know Wolves playing away to West Ham, and I could more than see Hichan doing something there. But I'm not. I'd rather go with the Palmer, or I get rid of Salah, get rid of Wang Hichan, and bring in Son, and I can play. I could play what 4-5-1 or a 3-5-2, something. I could play 3-5-2. So like that's not a bad shout as well. And go for Son, go ham on Son. But let's take a quick gander at Spurs' next few fixtures. So Spurs have wow. Okay, I guess that's all I need to say. Spurs are playing Everton and then Brighton away. Ooh, that could be a tricky one. But the fixture's not too terrible. All right, we can do that. I'm not too upset with that. But I'll wait a while, of course. Wait on some more news. See what's going on. Um, let's check out the latest in what's happening. If any last minute injuries, anything pops up. But so far, for Spurs, Son and Richarlison are fit. Those two mightn't be bad shouts. I will not be upset with that. Really not bad shouts. Really, really not bad shouts. And of course, if I'm getting rid of Haaland, bring in Watkins. Definitely have to go for Watkins. And then, of course, Spurs are playing today. But we haven't heard anything from that camp. And I think they have enough they could cause some trouble. I definitely think they could cause some trouble. I'm not seeing anything. Let me see. Even Brennan Johnson. But let's play it safe. Son, I think, is the best shot for now. Son and maybe Richarlison. So I'm not too. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. That's not a bad shot. All right. So Son. No, again, watching. Just using this team as a reference. What you can also do, right? So of course I'm not gonna make these changes, but let's just say okay, fine, cash. Just saying, you could even bring in a Pedro Porro. Just want to show you guys. So Pedro Porro is a great shot. I think he's a wonderful shout for this game week as well. And as I said, they have some decent game weeks coming up, some decent mashups. But I'm gonna stick with my Trent. I'm not risky. I know. But I'm gonna stick with Trent. I think Trent is a solid shout. But Porro is a great shout to have in the back. And I really, really like the but I really like that Son in the middle. So I'll go with Son. So I'm gonna bring Son in. And we have way more than we need. We have 14.5. And I'll go Watkins. Now, Solanke is also a very good shot. Cunha is a great shot. I talk about Cunha on this channel. Right? Cunha is a great shot. So I can play 3-5-2 and leave Mobile on the bench. So paid my 2 transfers, just have Alvarez to get rid of any team or bench, and I could leave my team like this. So not bad, not too upset with this. Of course, as I said, some other great replacements, Cunha, Solanke. If you're feeling wild, maybe Nketiah if you're feeling wild, but I doubt you'll start. But if you're feeling really wild, and Nkunku for Chelsea, I said he's back. If you're feeling super wild, right, this guy is not a bad shout. On fire, playing against Everton at home. Even if Everton win, you never know, he might get a cheeky goal or cheeky assist. His last 3 games, he had 5, 2, 6, and 9 as return. Right? Do with that information as you will. But I think that is not a bad shout at all. I think that's a great shout. All right, we can take a look at systematically at the defenders, at midfielders. I'll try to make a team of the week, a scout team. But let me know, guys, if you're watching in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. Who you want to bring in? Who's tickling your fancy? Who you're interested in? Would love to know. Would love to know who you're looking at. What's the plan? Let us know. Now, of course, we have to look ahead to and look at the ramifications of what are the fixtures coming up. But try not to flood my head with that. Let's just now Liverpool playing United. Do we just disrespect Man United and say, right, Trent, Salah, Nunes, or do we go Simicas, Salah, Nunes? Do we just disrespect them, or Allison, Salah, Nunes? Do we Well, of course, captains are now captain. That is a great discussion to bring up now. Who do we captain? Salah is not a bad shout. Definitely. Son is not a bad shout. Definitely Israel is in great form. Chiki Saka, maybe. Not a bad shout. Alvarez playing a weak, a very, very weak Crystal Palace. Not a bad shout. They have no bench cover, right? Not hardly any. So it's gonna just be full tilt for them. Unite City have to take advantage of this game because they have the advantage in the numbers. Still thinking. So don't wait, what do you guys think? So Son Watkins, definitely not a bad shout. I think that is what I'm gonna do for this game week. I think Son Watkins is the play. I think that's the best option right now. I said 3-5-2, but I'm not gonna make it yet. I'll wait a little bit, still have a little time till deadline. Don't forget, guys, click that save button. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Please do not forget to click your save button no matter what you do. Even if you just switch your captain for 2 seconds and coming back to the team, save it. Save it. Treat it like a video game, guys. Always click that save button. All right. Let's see. So, all right, so I ran through all the injuries. I ran through who's looking good, who's not looking good. I think as well, let me see, a very good what I was thinking to a very good goalkeeper for this game week. Edison, expensive, of course, and we don't make goalkeeper. I know we don't make goalkeeper transfers just like that. We don't like to waste the transfer, but if you're gonna do it that situation, definitely not a bad shout. I think he's a great shout. I think also, as I said before, some the best fixtures to tackle. That Bournemouth fixture is a great fixture to tackle. I'm definitely looking at a fixture. Did I say double Bournemouth, Senesi and Solanke wildness. Be careful with Newcastle. Be careful. But Callum is back, and we know what Callum can do. Callum is very cheeky with the goals. Could probably be on pens, get a goal. But Fulham, let's see if Fulham could carry that brilliant form that they've been in right now on the road. Let's see. They've scored 5 against West Ham while they were at home, and another 5 against Forest while they were home. So 10 goals in their last 2 home games. Right? So, and they scored 3 away to Liverpool. So can they continue that form? 13 goals in their last 3 games. Can they continue that? Can they run a riot, run amok? Can they cause a lot of problems here this game week when they face off against Newcastle, a depleted, tired Newcastle? But it is at St. James Park. We know St. James Park is a very tough ground to go to, no matter what form you're in. So we'll see what Fulham could do. But the assets from Fulham, very thin and few. I mean, if you're feeling very wild, I guess a Wilson or a Jimenez, he has been in form recently. Might be on pens now that Willian is injured. So, yeah, not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Of course, as I said, Arsenal Brighton is a very tricky one to preview because Brighton are very, very, very good at the Emirates. Right? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Brighton are very good at the Emirates. They have great form. They have great form at the Emirates. So hopefully that does not happen. Villa is the one to look out for. I know people will love to. I recommend Watkins. Yes, great shout. Even if they lose, he can still contribute, assist or score, something like that. But Villa away, Villa on the road, not the best, not the greatest thing. So that is something to monitor. But this is a very good test. Not too difficult, but not too easy at the same time. Brentford will fortify themselves, especially as they don't have Mbeumo. They will definitely try to strengthen. So let's see what that looks at, what that shapes out to be. But of course, our main game today, Spurs, not known Forest, right? Spurs travel to Forest. Big game. And as I said before, I have no problem with tripling Spurs for this game. So Pedro Porro, Son, Brennan, or Spurs, even a Son, Kulu, or a Son, Richarlison is not a bad shout. not a bad shot. So let's try and what I'll do, let's try and construct the best looking team for this game week based on the fixtures and just based on the fixture difficulty and who's in form. Let's see if we can construct the best team possible for game week 17. Let's see what we can do. So of course I'll be using FPL Planner as my team. Let's see what we can do. All right. So easy peasy. I'll leave Edison in. So Edison is definitely one of the holes, right? So I'll leave Edison in. So a Liverpool defender definitely do. But as I said, my let me see. I want to play 3-5-2. I would like to play 3-5-2. So let's change this up a bit. And let's change this up a bit. Right. So we want to go with 3-5-2. So I'm gonna edit and customize this team a bit, and this will be my scout team, our scout team for the game week. So many options. Well, let's do this one. So for this game week, must have Son. The back line for me should look like this. All right, this is what the back line I think should look like. These are the main guys I think of. So I'm gonna mix it up, of course, decent differentials, decent and of course high potential for clean sheet. But of course, clean sheets are not sure. Nothing is ever certain or guaranteed in FPL. So don't crucify me. If you try, if you take a few of my punts and it doesn't work out, but I just think based on the game week, these are the best. Sorry, I don't know why I went there. Not sure. These are the best, the best team for this game week. So I'm going, bam. All right, so Pedro Porro, Senesi, Caldwell, Edison in the back. Solid. All right. In the midfield, Son. Definitely want to go with Son. I have no problem with that. Palmer's in form. Kiki Palmer, Sheffield, Southampton United. I may just switch Ward-Prowse. I know sideways. So Ward-Prowse could be Bowen. Saka Brighton is not terrible. Right, of course, up top. Watkins. No, you could hold on to Alvarez. I have no problem with holding on to Alvarez. If we want to make this team even more interesting, I would even say, boom. So this, I think, not a too shabby team for the game week. So Edison in goal, Pedro Porro, Senesi and Caldwell, Son, Palmer, Salah, Bowen, Watkins, Solanke, Alvarez, and of course, we captain Salah, and I have no problem with vice captaining Son. Or you could even captain Son. He's in great form. And I think this is a brilliant team. If you want, you can also switch Palmer to Sterling. Sterling is not a bad shout, I think, for the game week. Right now, of course, we have the FDR here. So Arsenal, a very difficult fixture. Easiest fixture. Not easiest, semi-easy. But as I said before, based on the history, Brighton coming to the Emirates is never easy for Arsenal. Let me say that one more time because I know it sounds weird, but Brighton have won the last 3 games at Emirates. But our last defeat there was May 12th against them. So yeah, Villa, not too, I'd say, tricky-ish going away to Brentford, but they definitely are in great form. They are the in-form team. Brentford are a bit shaky, knowing Burmo. Let's see what they could do. Bournemouth definitely should get something from Luton. Definitely. Right, they are home, they are playing well, very well, and the goals are being spread throughout the team, not just relying on Solanke, so definitely could be a good fixture. Okay, well, the Brentford, very tricky, and of course, time to get rid of the Brentford assets very soon. They are blanket in 18. Brighton are depleted. That's the main problem with Brighton. So I think that is the main issue there, right? So this would have been the reason that I picked certain players. That's why I went with Senesi and Solanke, the double. If you want, you could keep Saka, but I probably wouldn't. But Watkins, definitely have to have Watkins. If Bailey is flagged, so maybe a Diaby. Louise is flagged because he's suspended. So that could maybe see Diaby more in the picture if Leon Bailey is fit. I think he's 75%. maybe you could see him more in the picture as well, too, seeing as Douglas Luiz will be absent again. Right, not suggesting him, but he will have to play a little higher just to make up for that. So you never know, maybe that cover for Diaby might work and Watkins could benefit as well. Burnley Everton, very interesting game there. Chelsea, so the reason I would have said this is so Chelsea playing Sheffield. There's no way. No way, no way. I'm really hoping there's no way that Chelsea, in as bad as the form that they're in, lose to Sheffield or not at least get a few goals out of it. And those goals should come from Palmer or Sterling. Palmer and Sterling are my suggestions. And you could even go with a cheeky defenders, a defender shout or Caldwell. Thiago, I think Reese is back. So might be a bad shout. Palace, let's avoid. Everton, you feeling cheeky? I think no. I was watching this guy from them. Is it B? There's also the Curry. Now the Curry is playing very well. The Curry has been solid. Very, very, very solid for them. And there's another player. I was going to bring him in on my fan tracks. Right. Very solid. I'm watching Dublin. Now Cavalion had an assist last week. Also not a bad shout. But again, the problem with Everton fixtures, as you can see on screen, not too hot in the next few game weeks. So definitely maybe it doesn't make sense wasting a transfer. But if feeling cheeky just for this game week, we're studying game week 17 alone. Not a bad shot. Crystal right. Fulham. As I said, no, they have it as a red. They are a very difficult fixture for Fulham, but Fulham have been scoring a lot of goals lately, and goals win football matches. Or at least could have your opponent very scared, right? Liverpool will shaky, but Newcastle still resilient, can still hold on the fort, and especially if the crowd at the St. James Park is up for it and they be that 12th man. But Fulham are not without the injuries. They have some key players missing, Ream and potentially Willian. So we'll see how that affects their defensive and creative output, respectively. Liverpool are playing Man U. I'm shocked that this picture is not green. Right, just joking, just joking. No disrespect to Manu, but definitely it's going to be a very difficult game for Manu here. Definitely are we. But again, Manu is one of those teams you never know could turn up. Just because it's a very big team and they have a pretty fierce rival with Liverpool, you never know. Luton now, I'm very sure that they're given this as a green fixture for Luton. I would say this is a difficult game, but I guess they're saying Bournemouth is on the level of Luton, but I can't see Luton doing anything outrageous. So again, no assets from there. So I'm gonna go back to Liverpool. I said Liverpool Man U game. Salah, captain. I can't say it, trust it anymore. Salah as captain, I think, is the best shot. Of course, I will keep Trent if you have Trent. I wouldn't buy him unnecessarily, but definitely try to have a Liverpool something. But the next two games, this and the Arsenal game, very difficult on paper. Of course, Man City play Palace. The only issue, of course, is that City blank in 18. So does it make sense of bringing City players? No. If you have, I guess, slowly plan to get rid of them. Or if maybe your bench is strong enough, try to have a good bench. It's really that time of the season now we have to really try to have. And a good bench means obviously not having Richarlison, but at least players that start just in case. So if you don't want to waste the transfers on getting rid of City assets, but at least if you have Haaland or Alvarez, maybe drop Haaland, bring in a Solanke, bring in a Watkins. I don't suggest any Newcastle assets. I really don't. Never know, it could be a nil draw. If you have Lascelles, maybe. Nottingham Forest, right? Tough one. Sheffield, tough one. Spurs. Now, of course, I would have already went at length and went with Spurs. Definitely poor. Definitely poor. Son is in great form, and I dare say it, Richarlison is not a bad shout. Definitely not a bad shout. West Ham can't go around Bowen. Bowen is doing his thing. He's on fire. Even if you're looking at a award process, a cheeky shout, not bad. Wolves have great assets as well. Wang-Chan or Cunha. Definitely very good. They have some injuries as well. Key players out, but they have been steadying the ship and doing their thing very well. I'm very impressed with them. Oh, big up, Kwan. Oh, Kwan. So, Yeah, definitely impressed by that. Quan, what's your gaming plans, boy? I just here trying to make up my mind on my team. Right, I'm trying to bring in uh Son and Watkins. I got rid of Haaland. So I'm gonna play a 3-5-2. And that's my game plan so far. And then I'm now just working out my scout team here. So again, it's running up the scout team for this game week. So Edison, Pedro Senesi, Colwell, Son, Palmer, Salah, Bowen, Watkins, Solanke, Alvarez. Right now, I'm not suggesting your team looks like this, but these one or two of these assets may have been people overlooked. Might not be bad for this game week. Definitely not too bad. And it's not a bad team going into 18 as well. Some of these teams have great fixtures, and as we know, Alvarez will not be playing, so you could always just bench him for who you have, or if you have two free transfers by 18, you can get rid of him, bring back your assets, and you're good to go. So definitely not too bad here. I think I'm happy with this. Saka, not a bad shout. Saka turns up in the big games. He was rested. Most importantly, Arsenal were rested. So I'm hoping that plays a factor. Right. The quantity, if you agree with me with the Chelsea assets, I was saying Chelsea have to be Sheffield. Of course, nothing is ever certain in this crazy league called the Premier League. But Palmer, surely, something, Colwell, something, surely has to work out. Yeah, right. Paul, and they said,
Hey,
let
what's
me
up?
know when you.
I
Yeah,
drop,
man. Thanks for joining,
I
man. Didn't
dropping in
expect you,
quick.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it is. Talk
I
to me.
taking a little quick thing.
I
yeah,
am I
well,
vex that.
yeah. I'm set with him. School Haaland. School Haaland.
Right.
Um, yeah, that was my only move so far. I'm still unsure about Gordon. I don't know if you touch on Gordon yet, but I don't know if I should sell each and bench Gordon and play someone else to be on the safe side. But it would
Yeah,
be for
I
minus.
spoke about Gordon. Now to me, Gordon Gordon is the tricky one way. Gordon is the if you want to know that a lot of people studying Gordon, but
Mm-hmm.
Gordon is a tricky one. I think they'll force him though. I definitely think they'll force him. I don't think they have any
Yeah,
choice because most of their fringe guys injured. Not even say
yeah, that's the
Willock
thing.
available.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they get back a few guys in Longstaff and Wilson came back.
Yes,
So
Wilson. I mentioned Wilson. Yeah,
there's
mentioned Wilson.
potential for rotation, but I don't know. That's the thing about it. And then Newcastle performances haven't been good because of the injuries and the fatigue. You
Yeah,
could see it's take an effect on them.
yeah,
And then forcing Gordon might not be a good idea because he might re-aggravate or pull something even further. So
yeah, yeah.
it's
Well, I
like
mean,
it's
a
a
bit
be damned if you do, be damned if you don't. Because even if
kind of
even let's say he play, he might not be at his best.
yeah.
He might play, but he might blank.
Yeah,
So that's the next thing.
I, I,
It's a
I
tricky one.
think I think a not too bad replacement for those kind of guys is like a Palmer or Sterling if you don't already have those kind of players. They're not too bad just because of who they play next up in Sheffield. But of course, nothing is one on paper. We know how it goes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
right? We
actually
know.
because I sold Haaland, I have the potential to go up to somebody a little bit more expensive. So that's the
Well, then, well,
but
but you already, well,
with that earlier too.
yeah. Well, I took your advice, on the main team.
Mm.
I didn't make it yet, but I'm looking at Son and Watkins. So what I did, I'm gonna play 3-5-2, and I'll keep. So I'll start Trent, Simicas, Gabriel, and I'll go Casala, Palmer, Son, Ward-Prowse, and start Alvarez and Watkins. So that's what that team is looking like.
Oh, okay. You're not going for the 3-4-3 with Solanke instead, and then you
No,
just
well, that's
bench.
what I did. Well, I did that on the scout team. So the scout
Oh,
team, I did see, and so the
okay,
scout team, what I did Pedro Porro, Senesi Colwell, Son, Palmer, Salah, Bowen, Watkins, Solanke, Alvarez.
okay.
That's his scout team. That's the team. I think that's a decent team. Not ain't bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
I
Colwell
know
Red.
people. I know people. There's a curse this season where the most bought player most of the time don't return. I
Right.
think it's some number like 12 out of 16 or 11 out of 16 or
Hmm.
something like that. I remember
Hmm.
haven't returned when they're the most bought player. So I'm hoping that curse break because I have Solanke too. I actually brought him since 13, but I'm feeling good about him. He and Bournemouth looking real good, and I mean he's their talisman. He's the man on penalties. He played 90 minutes. You know, it just feels good to have somebody like him on your team,
Yeah, for sure.
especially with good fixtures. So I'm hoping it pay off.
Yeah, that would definitely be great. But as I said, what's your any other flags on your team? Or what your flags looking like?
Well, it's just Gordon. Well, Luka Dean he's suspended, but I don't mind benching him. I could still pull out. I have defenders. I have a defense. I have Poro, I have Semiskas, and I have Zinchenko. So I'm good there. And in terms of Areola, I heard Areola was back. He was on the bench last night for West Ham. So potentially he should start on Sunday. So
Okay.
I will. Is a toss up between him and Flecken, but Flecken and them coming up against they at home, but they coming up against Aston Villa. So I think I prefer Areola. I'll start Areola as my keeper. But other than that, yeah, other than the Gordon issue, I don't really have any other issues on my team. I sold
Yeah.
Haaland already, as I said before.
Right.
I brought back in Watkins.
And that to me, that's the tricky thing with this game week. And that Haaland thing, but hey, but and then too, the next problem with that too is not just that, the problem is all the City assets that you'll have with because it don't make sense going ham on City against Palace.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it don't make sense. Well, to me, buying assets right now don't make sense. If you
Yeah,
have
correct.
them, play them, keep them, but just know in mind that yeah, next week you had to try and get rid of them. Hopefully, you only have two, you know, City players. I don't know if a lot of people will have three, but by now
Yeah,
it should be down to two. And then you just, if you could transfer one and then put one on the bench.
yeah.
So,
We have
and that's why selling Haaland would have been important this week because
yeah, yeah. Free
yeah,
up some good funds.
yeah, free up some funds, and on top of that, you don't have to worry about next week having to bench to start somebody like a Archer or something. There's an extra transfer you had to do next week. Might as well do it this week one time.
One time.
So it's kind of like the Haaland injury is a blessing in disguise for us. You
Yeah.
know?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, and definitely if you have someone like Alvarez or every Bernardo, you can hold on to him and then just
Yeah,
swap out
yeah,
or bench him.
for sure.
But
Alvarez is a good pick this week because
yeah,
no Haaland, he will be up top. So his
yeah,
chances of scoring, I mean, I know he hasn't done so in a while, but it is he have a big chance of doing it this week, and he might even be on penalties too.
no, we got a real good question here. Should I get Richarlison from Nikhil Josh Rochelle? Do we? So what do you think by Richarlison?
I think it's a good punt. He
Yeah,
returned last game. He had his best game of the season last game.
yeah,
Yeah. If it is you're looking to punt, he's classed as what, a striker or a midfielder?
midfielder, sadly.
The midfielder. Yeah.
Yeah,
If it is you have the funds, and well, I mean, you should have the funds,
yeah, he's
and you feel like you
6.6.
want to,
So
yeah,
yeah,
if you want to take a chance, you could even, it might be a bit of a gamble, but you could say, well, if you think that Gordon not playing, or you don't
yeah,
think that Gordon might, provide what you need in points, yeah, swap Gordon to Richarlison.
yeah, yeah. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. And I don't think, and their picture's not terrible coming up, huh? It's not
Yeah,
too terrible. Spurs picture
yeah,
is not. They're playing
they actually have
Everton after this in 18, and then
mm-hmm.
Brighton away. I mean, but Brighton
Then
depleted
Bournemouth
right now,
home.
and then Bournemouth. Yeah, so it's not terrible. Not
Yeah,
terrible.
it's good fixtures, good fixtures
Yeah.
again. And then on top of that, just now is Asian Cup, so Son going
Right.
on Son go in and go. And when Son go, you have to look for a marksman, and that the next man to step up will definitely be Richarlison.
Yeah.
You know.
Be,
So
be,
yeah, it's a
before you
good
have to,
example.
before you have to run off though, I was saying no, don't be offended by this. But the
Yeah.
best captain this game week will be Salah.
Of course, I have my captaincy on Salah. It's almost too good to be true this week. It's almost too
Right?
good to be true.
Of course, no
Yeah.
disrespect. And of course, normally in the past, when you see a fixture like this, you may not be that tempted. Now, of course, if Salah is in great form, you'll put it. But because of the bad form that Man U is in and the great form Liverpool is in,
Mm-hmm.
Salah is a great show. But who are some other, who else are good shows? I mean, you have no Haaland to captain. So who's the best? Who's the next best or next best two captain options for this game week?
Well, definitely Son. It has to
Yeah,
be Son.
yeah,
Yeah. Even
definitely.
if you have like I want to throw like well, remember what happened last week with Haaland getting injured and the vice captain switching to Salah. So if you want to throw your vice captaincy on somebody, that have to be Son.
Yeah, Salah,
That's
son.
Son.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
with
Son.
it. I'm with it.
Because
I
after
think
I mean, Son is the man for Spurs. Obviously, he in good touch, he in good form. You know,
right.
yeah, it makes sense. Two
I know
assists
excellent.
last game, and he was on penalty. He took the penalty last game, so he is on
Yeah.
penalties. Yeah,
What about a real cheeky shout for Alvarez, boy?
yeah, that could work too. As a matter of fact, that was my next suggestion. Alvarez could be your next captain, John. If you have him, you own him.
Yeah.
Throw it on Alvarez, or another differential could be Diaz, Luis
Ooh.
Diaz. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. As he was rested during the week. Um, he's been looking good. I mean, he hasn't banged any goals like we want, but this could be the game where he break out and have a big game against Manu. You know, so he could be a nice differential. He's a good differential option on his standalone on his own, but even as a captain, a differential captain, he could probably do something as well. If you wanna take it away from Salah and try something different, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah,
All right. I ain't vexed with that. I ain't vexed with
I,
that
I
at
would
all.
I would say Darwin, but Darwin just so I don't know why. He's a frustrating asset to own, but I wish actually there's part of me that glad I have him for this matchup, yeah, but then there's a part of me is like, oh gosh, boy, Darwin, what you doing? When you going and score, boy? Pressure is pressure.
Boy, when is the right question? When? Lost
Yeah.
father.
Because he always getting into good position. I mean, if you look at it, the underlying stats are the best, after Haaland.
Right.
He the most shots on goal, most big chances, but he just missing. He missing them. He just need to put one in the net. So it's
Yeah, that would
frustrating.
be great. But I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so. I just already have him there for now until they decide who it is I bringing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game week 17, boy. Hey, it's
Yeah,
frustrating.
it's stress. It's
Hey,
stress.
it's stressful, but good stress. We love it. We love it. Big
Yeah.
up Grant. Big up Alaska. Thanks for coming through, guys. We have some guys on Twitter taking in the stream. Thanks, guys. You can join us on YouTube. Tell us what you think. Send your thoughts, questions. I'll get on YouTube quicker if you have any questions. Of course, as you can see, so the team that I have up right now is our scout team for the game week. Anything you would change on this team, Paul? Is it?
Trying to get a closer look because I'm not by a PC.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Okay, cool. So you see it?
No,
Yes.
no. I zoom in. I zoom in.
Right.
Yeah, looking pretty good there, man. I think this looks perfect. This is a perfect team, yeah. No flags, no. You don't have a Gordon to worry about. You
Right.
don't have Haaland to worry about. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good team. Striking, that striking trio that you have there is perfect. Midfield
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. All the matchups seem good. Everything looks good here. This is a good team.
Yeah, I think you could go some. I could go some Rabs there. I could go some Rabs.
Yeah.
I definitely could go some Rabs there. I like, but as I said too, Palmer could be Sterling if you're looking for that cheeky Chelsea punt because they're playing Sheffield.
Yeah.
Of course, the reason of Senesi, their fixture is not terrible as well, but he has been bringing some returns once in a while, and they
Yeah.
home. You never know; they could potentially get a decent
Sultan. Yeah. Yeah.
sheet.
They've
Yeah,
been playing
and
good form. Another little
Salah.
cheeky one too. I think I told you this already. Jimenez could be a nice
Yeah,
one.
great shout.
Too.
Great shout.
Yeah.
No,
If you want
my
to try it.
only issue, as you said, yes, William is out. Potentially, Reem is also out too. No, I know Reem is no Thiago Silva and all that, but he is a decent key to the defense. So I'm hoping that doesn't mess him too much. But this guy Wilson has been playing pretty well for them as well too. So they have some the midfield looking all right. It's just to see who's that creative outlet now, but Jimenez is a great shout because he could potentially take pens. So that's a great shout there one time.
Yeah.
Even our boy Cunha. I know it's a tricky-ish game, but at this point we can't stop him from scoring right now.
Yeah. I had Cunha on my radar a long time too.
No, I know.
Just before I got Solanke in 13, I was deliberating on whether to get Cunha or Solanke. But I mean, either way, it working out. I mean, because they've both been on fire. So, but Cunha is obviously a little cheaper, so you could go the Cunha route as well too, if you're feeling lucky. A little tougher matchup though against the West Ham, but
Yes.
I mean, West Ham have been letting in goals, so you could still get something from that.
Yeah.
From that matchup.
Yeah, they've been up and down, huh?
Yeah. Up and down. I think when they get back Neto, I think they'll be fully back to the worlds of earlier in the season.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Correct. But I must say, I know it's not that type of show, it's only fantasy, blah blah blah. But Wolves, I must say, have impressed me without Neto. Have impressed me without Neto.
Yeah. They've been very competitive. Wang Yichan, Mario Lemina, I think
Lemina, yes. Sarabia.
Sarabia, yeah, he's a talent. Yeah,
Come on.
He's really talented. Yeah, they have a real good side, and with Dawson Marshall and things at the back for them, the defense is. They have a few injuries there in the defense with Al-Nouri, but they seem to be overcoming it with Semedo and some of these guys. They actually have some nice assets there if you want to take punts as well too with them.
I agree. But I mean, of course, you would.
Besides Cunha and
Ichan. Yeah. They've been playing well, but as I said so far, Cunha to me, if you're feeling tricky, but the best strike for this game week has to be what we have there right now on the screen.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the best strike force right now.
Of course.
But of course, things could change. We could say all this now, Paul, and then bam.
They throw out some twist. As I was telling somebody, I say the script writers for the EPL or the FPL could probably get a show on Netflix because they're so good at just throwing the odd curveball in there. It's always some kind of plot, so it's something that you don't expect. Expect the unexpected. Make sure you. If I had to go in a little bit, so I'm telling you, I'm giving out my advice right now, and I think everybody should know this by now after last week. Make sure you put your vice captain on the right person. Don't get like people who didn't have Son and Salah as a vice captain, who had Darwin, who had
Saka, like me, I had Saka as my vice.
Yeah, boy. Oh, you had Saka. Yeah, that was tough. But I mean, that's a good gamble too. That's not a bad gamble.
Yeah. I wasn't like upset because some people don't, as you rightfully say, right? Some people don't care about the vice. They just leave it. Even look. I don't think people look at their team before they sign out and be like, oh shucks, what the vice captain could be any goalkeeper sometimes. So you have to be careful. I agree. Thank you, Paul.
But you never know what could happen. The day of the game, you see Salah and knocking the ball around in the field before the game, and all of a sudden he just rolled his ankle on the ball, and that's it. The captain gone.
Bro.
The captain gone, and them things that happen. Them is realistic.
For sure.
Yeah, so
that's a real life scenario. That's real life describing it.
Make sure your vice captain right person. Make sure the order of your bench proper as well. That saved me 2 weeks in a row actually. 2 weeks in a row. I had Luka Dean on the bench week before.
Right.
But first change, he come on, give my points. And I had
Right.
Solanke on my bench this time. Come on, give my points. So make sure your bench in a good order. So in case anybody, you have the right person in line to
the
give
right
your
cover.
point.
Yeah.
And you need what's not. That's a very important thing right now at this stage of the season, to have good cover on your bench, because you never know when somebody could get benched, due to rotation or get injury, or even yellow cards right now are issue. Palmer and Sterling, yes, although they might be good options, be mindful they're on 4 yellow cards each, so you're taking a chance, a risk when you buy them as well.
Yeah, of course.
Make sure you have somebody on your bench just in case they get it in this game. They say have somebody who could take the spot in the next game.
Because even Chan in that bracket right now, actually.
Yeah, he Chan on 4 as well too. Yeah, I actually have him. I actually have him and Palmer in my team right now.
So, he's in that same bracket. That's definitely something to worry about. Yeah. All right. So it's now 2:00. I'm going to confirm my changes. So let me confirm those live before the app starts to glitch out. When it gets closer, what tends to happen, Paul? So
I think I need to check on my team too. Besides running back to work, I'll check on my team as well too, and just make sure everything in that gear before I sign off. So it was good, bro.
Man. I appreciate that.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. Take care. Good luck in the game, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
All right, so that was Paul, our Manu fan. All right, so let's make these changes. Let's confirm these one time. So again, this, or as Paul suggested, what I could potentially do, so I get rid of Haaland and Mobama, and I could bring in Solanke as well. But I'm happy with this. This is not too bad. I'm all right with this. I have my wild card, so I'm not in too much of a fuss right now. I could play this. I could play 3-5-2 and leave it as I wish I had Poro. There were some people I wish I had, but I'll have to go with this for now. Or could have even gotten rid of Palmer and maybe look at some other assets, maybe double up on Liverpool, double up on Spurs. Though all those are potential ideas as well too. Hey, boom. What?
Yeah, now see Paul jump up there. Let me see if I can jump on there.
What mischief you up to? What are you doing? What your plans are, bro? Talk to me.
Right now, I trying to roll my transfers, but now see Sanchez, which I brought in last week. I see he get a red flag now. Goalkeeper.
No goalkeepers right now, bro.
Yeah, I really just hoping to actually play again. He's my second keeper.
Hell no. I doubt, but let's see. I doubt.
Well, I brought in because I had Ariola last week, the week before. Brought in Sanchez because both Turnell was a spot. Ariola was injured, so I had to bring a goalkeeper.
Right.
Sanchez told me get 3 points, Ariola get 3 points. I was like, what? Why? So I didn't need to waste my transfer on that. No, Sanchez flagged now too. I was like,
yeah.
So I was still hoping Ariola could come off the bench.
All right. Well, let's see.
But other than that, I just have Haaland injured, I have Taylor suspended, and I have Anderson still there.
Right.
But Anderson flag getting a little nicer now, so I think he might be back next week. So I only have one backup, which is Cash, which I might be able to get away with, even if it's for a 1-pointer. So
yeah, Cash not bad.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm still holding on to Haaland. I'm really not sure if to transfer him or not. It's just a game back in. I don't want to go through that headache.
Yes. I know what you mean. And
I already have Watkins and Alvarez. I mean, I have enough up in front. So
yeah, all right, great cover.
So it was either Taylor, Anderson, or Haaland to transfer. I only have one transfer.
Right.
Taylor, I know he's coming back. Anderson, I'm hoping he's coming back. So it's like I don't really need to, or don't really want to make any transfers.
Yeah.
But coming down to the end of the deadline, you're second guessing all the plans you have.
You get itchy.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. You get itchy. Well, I'm now about to try and press confirm here. I just want to make sure I'm sure. But this is the YouTube team here. This is not my team. This is the YouTube team.
This is not the one you sent on the chat, right?
Yeah, this is the one I sent in the chat. So I don't know what you think. Now, no, you were saying get poor instead. You think Son or get more poor? I brought in Son and brought in Watkins.
Oh, yeah, we didn't have Son before.
No, we didn't have Son before. So Saka, Son,
And
Palmer, Waterhouse.
so who out for Son?
I took out Chan.
Okay. You don't want to
And
take out WordPress, or you like WordPress, or?
well, I mean, I think they could do something. Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah.
been too bad recently.
It's just one game he had a good. One game he really had good, against us. It's against Spurs, eh?
2-8-1, 2-11. So 11, that's since game week 12 and 8
Yeah, that
in
was
game.
against Spurs.
Yeah. What? So keep
Um,
Chan. Also,
well, Chan have the
no,
4 yellow cards too,
no,
so.
right. No, okay.
Right,
No,
okay,
here
yeah.
here
Chan
the
have the
other
4 yellow cards, and he go in Asia Cup. Yeah, okay. I know that's what I was going to say.
No, but here the other option, right? So we could do this, right? So we get rid of Haaland, and then
Mm-hmm.
let's say we get rid of. So we get rid of. Oh, not even that. Forget that. Sorry, we get rid of Chan. We get a Ward Pro. So we'll just bench Haaland. We play 3-5-1, right? 4-5-1. Sorry, right? So if we do in this madness, right? Obviously, it doesn't give us a lot.
But we still have 2 strikers there. Why 4-5-1?
No, well, I'm not playing. I won't play with Bama. Bama will just be a bench.
Oh, I thought
Cover.
that was Watkins or something.
They
Okay.
just play Alvarez up top. All right. So that was the main dilemma too. I was trying to find a way to Watkins because I
Yeah.
don't have Watkins on this team. Or even if I say, or a next mad option, I hold on to all of them, or
Bring in Watkins.
a bench one each and I can bring in Watkins and Solanke.
Right. If we sell in Haaland, we have to bring in either Watkins, Trent, Son, Saka. Those are the 4 most expensive people we can bring in now.
Right. So Watkins 1 time. Right. Boom. So that done.
Right. Put back Mubama.
So I put back Mubama. We have 5.8 in the bank. If I get rid of Chan, I have
We can get Son.
11.4.
Yeah, get Son. Yeah, Watkins and Son.
All right. Well, when is Asian Cup? That's quite January. Or we have time.
Oh yeah, I think it's the end of January. Spurs going to get hit hard with that, Asia Cup
Yeah,
and after.
bro. And
Powerful
after.
midfield, Sa and Bissouma and Son gone.
Yeah. As a Spurs fan, what are you feeling about Richarlison, right?
I like him for the 2 game weeks coming up. And he has to get more time because of the Asia Cup as well. He will have to start playing. I'm just not sure how they're going to play him. Whether it's out on the wing or up in center. If it was me, I would have him out on the wing and play our normal Son in the middle. And as soon as the team goes into like defensive mode, put him in the center and put Son out wide. But
Right.
like they're not thinking of that. So he will play. You definitely have to play. Because I think right now Lo Celso injured. So he will definitely have to play up in front. So we saw Kulu in the middle, Son, Richarlison, and Johnson. All the Sons up in front.
Yeah, Johnson looking too bad. I'm now seeing Edison flagged as well. I wonder what's that about now. It is saying illness, so hopefully he's okay. I don't want to see. We have no goalkeeper cover.
Yeah, and also he won't have any thing next week. Next week he won't be playing.
Yeah, no, because of the
blank.
Yeah, the blank. Yeah, no, that's why I want to slowly get rid of the City man for sure. But we have our wild cards still.
Red flagged. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So then that means we have to get rid of. We have to get rid of Edison next week.
Yeah. We have the wild card. I'm not worried. That's why I'm not worried.
Yeah.
We have the wild card, so I'm not worried. But just to
I
get
like the Watkins and Son shot.
Yeah, and who will captain on this team? Leave it on Salah and vice captain.
Yeah, Salah. Yeah. The Alvarez short Paul made there, not bad at all.
Yeah, same.
And I'm surprised he call what's his name? Diaz. He had Diaz on his team, or?
I don't think he has Diaz, but it's not a bad show.
No, I have Diaz on my team, but I didn't get no response. So I was happy to hear that one. So
right.
Yeah,
that's not a bad shot. Trent Garrett, and then you saw the madness I did with the scout team. You saw the scout team. I don't know if you want to change anything. Let me bring up that quickly. Well, we're good. So we're good for deadline. The team is set. Your team set? Make sure your team set.
Yeah, well, check it again. yeah, it's just Sanchez to come off the bench.
Stefan, your team set? So. What changes you made? Oh, you're rolling? Ah, okay, so you're just benching Haaland. Ah, we have on the bench. Pedro. Okay, all right. So our director producer here, LMS, keeping Haaland on, and he'll use Joe Pedro as his sub. Yeah, Joe Pedro played up to what, 80 something minutes or so?
Yeah. I think he played the whole game. Yeah, he
He
got the
scored the
winning goal
winning
for them.
goal. Yeah, big up
I
Joe,
think
right?
80 something minutes. Yeah.
Big up Joe. The problem, I mean, as Arsenal fan, though, I am frightened because they are a bogey team at the Emirates. They are a bogey team. They've beaten us
Really?
3 times at the Emirates. Yeah, they've beaten us 3 times at the Emirates. Our last defeat at the Emirates was against them May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I know it's a
defeated
crazy
on.
stat. It's a crazy stat.
Yeah.
I know it's a crazy stat, but it's true.
I'm
Right.
dropping off for a second there. I'll come back. She'll come back.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem, bro. Right. So of course I would have just made my changes there to my main team. I will call out a few, but this is just the scout team up on the screen right now. But my main team, Edison, who's just got flagged. Ugh. So hopefully he plays. That's annoying. So Edison, Trent, Gabriel, Simicas, Palmer, Son, Ward-Prowse, Salah, Saka, Alvarez, and Watkins. My bench is Johnstone, Cash, Mubama, Kubori. I still have my wild card, guys. Still have my wild card. I may use it in 18. I mean, because I have no goalkeepers in 18. So I mean, let's see what the Edison flu is like. So that's in our captain, Salah, vice captain, Son. All right. Now, of course, as I said on the screen, we have our scout team. The scout team is Edison. Well, now that Edison might be ill, I'm gonna have to get rid of Edison. Okay, let's make a quick change to that then. So, I mean Becker, but these guys are expensive. Allison's in great form. Vicarious 5.2. I'm not too. I wouldn't suggest that. Maybe Leno for save points, even Pickford for save points, just for this game week alone. Mightn't be a bad shot. Pickford or Leno, right? But if Edison is fit, of course Edison. But of course he just got flagged with an illness. So Edison, Porro, Senesi, Caldwell, Son, Palmer, Salah, Bowen, Watkins, Solanke, Alvarez. Deadline is just now. Just now. We have 18 minutes till deadline. Oof, I just pressed. Let's please make sure, guys, that you press save when you're right. And my team is saved. Make sure you are happy with the choices that you made, guys. I also play fan tracks. I don't know if you guys do fan tracks as well. My fan tracks is in a mess. I wonder if I can show that here. I play a lot of things. Fantasy 5. That's something I have to play as well. I have to check out my Fantasy 5. I don't know if you guys play those things as well. Right, one of my main teams. So I have another team here. What I did so as I saw Edison's flag now, but I have Pickford on the bench. So maybe Pickford did come on for him. So on my other teams, I have Peru, Caldwell, Senesi, Bowen, Salah, Saka, Son, Solanke, Watkins, Alvarez. So I went with the 3 on my bench. Is Pickford, Iwobi, Paul, Lascelles. So not a bad bench. So that's something I'm trying there with one of my B teams. Let me see if I bring my fan track. And fan track's in a lot of problems. I have Douglas Luiz and stuff like that, and those guys are injured this week or suspended, I should say. So my fan tracks team, let's see if I can share that screen. So I have Pope, right? So no Pope. Where Pope is out for long as well. I have Caldwell, Semedo, Pau Torres. My midfield is Leon Bailey, Abdoulaye Correa, Kuro Matoma, and Rodri. And then my front 3 are Jesus, Martinelli, and Neil Mope. Because on my bench, I have Mitchell, Ream, Stones, Douglas Luiz, and Norwood. Right? My opponent for this game week, he has Dubravka, Moreno, Livermento, Mikalenko, Ganacho, Gibbs White, Pascal Gross, Dwight McNeil, Marcus Tavernier, Mudrick, and Son. So, yeah. As much as I would love Son to bang in FPL, I need him to not bang too much in Fantrax against my opponent. But yeah, guys, so just a few minutes, 16 minutes till deadline. Don't forget, click that save button. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us in the comment section. 200 views on Twitter, I believe. 200. Yeah, Twitter is doing really well. Thank you very much. Smash the like button on the Twitter stream, guys. Share it with all your friends. I'll try to do more of these. This was pretty good, pretty decent. I was a bit nervous to host it by myself, but got a few guys to come on, got people to jump in. So thanks for guys joining the comment section. Please don't forget to click the save button, please. Please, 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 right? Of course, on screen is our scout team for the week. Let us know what you think. If you agree with it, if it's a solid team, if you like any assets, if someone you didn't think about there, of course, as I keep saying throughout the shows, there can be some swaps. Pickford could be for this game week. Leno. Poro is a must-have, I think. Senesi, decent shout. Colwell could be Thiago. Even Rich James, I think he's back. Son, you can have Son, you can have Kulisevsky. We haven't spoken about him on the show. It's solid. And of course, Richarlison. You can even have instead of Palmer. Palmer could be Sterling, right? There's some solid assets out there. If you're feeling really wild, Odegaard or Martinelli, Kai Havertz, right? I know crazy, but not too wild, not too wild. Right, of course, sold Haaland. I've sold Haaland on my main team, and I'm holding on to Alvarez. I have Edison and Alvarez to think about in the next game week. I have Johnson on my bench, so I may wildcard them out, and then we'll see. But I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe just bench them. If I can't bench them, or just play with no goal, outer goalkeeper. Just bench Alvarez, and maybe I'll just use my wildcard before it expires because it's expiring very soon. We'll see. Because it doesn't make sense to wildcard and then have to bring them back in with transfers. Because I only have one transfer in 19 if I do that. So it is it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. But it is something to consider, something to think about. Try my best. Right? I have some, let me see. There's someone sending me a voice note here. Let's see what he said. Let's see how we can help him out with his team. One of my friends, Rahul. Let's see what we can fix. How we can fix this team. His team is Leno. She has Leno, Trippier, Wan-Bissaka, Walker, Rice, Saka, Salah, Bernardo, Douglas Luiz, Haaland, and Ferguson. His bench is Nketiah, Mikalenko, and Kabori. Let's see what he's saying. So he's now realizing that City and Brentford are blanking, and he has 3 City men. So there's a lot of problems. Yeah, bro, live right now. But here what you can do, right? You have to start Eddie. You have no choice because your team is in shambles. So bench Douglas, so we start Nketiah. Leno will play, you'll get save points there. Kabori will play, so you can swap him for Trippier. Trippier is just suspended. So that helps you there. You can get rid of Haaland and bring in Watkins, and I think that's your team right there. So your bench will just be injured players, and you don't have to minus. Now, if you don't mind minusing, you can get rid of Trippier and Haaland and bring in Poro and Watkins. And I think you'll be great there. But I will not do that. I will quicker get rid of bench Trippier, get rid of Haaland, get rid of Walker, bring in Poro, bring in Watkins. So that way, all you have to get rid of for game week 18 is Bernardo. But you won't have 2 free transfers. But if you want to hold on to the transfer as best as possible, you have to put in an Eddie and Nketiah. You have to bench Douglas Luiz and go from there. But I think the best option would be to go for it. And Haaland and Trippier. Yeah. Kevin, if you saw that, trying to give advice over voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I was speaking on the phone here, but I don't know what you was doing there.
Right. Trying to give a so Raul team in shambles right now. Raul have Raul team. Right? So Raul has Leno, Trippier, Wan-Bissaka. Yes. Leno, he has Leno, Trippier, Wan-Bissaka, Walker, Rice, Saka, Salah, Bernardo, Douglas Luiz, Haaland, and Ferguson.
And Douglas is out of this game too, right? So,
bro, right? The bench is Areola, Nketiah, Mikalenko, and Kabori.
Huh.
Yeah. So he has 3 guys blanking in game week 18. He needs to start fixing up. We have one free transfer.
Yeah, I was not going to ask one. Yeah, he was, I think, at least at -4.
Yeah, he has
At
some
least.
-4, sadly. Yeah. I was telling
Okay.
him he could start Nketiah, obviously, if he wants, right?
Right.
Or start him. We could get rid of Haaland if he wants. Bring in Watkins. We could play 3 up top. Bench Douglas Luiz, bench Trippier, start Kobori. And if he wants, he could
Yeah, you
bring
want
in
to keep
Porro.
Trippier because he get an arrest. He finally gets an arrest.
Yeah,
So
that
he
was
can
saying
keep
you don't want to sell Trippier, you want to keep him. Just bench him. Don't sell him. Just bench him. He needs a rest. So you could bench Trippier, and then you could always sell. You could sell Mikalenko for Pedro Porro or something like that, and keep Douglas Luiz for the next games. Because I think it's just a suspension. I don't think it's anything serious. And
Michelangelo.
yeah,
What? It's just 1 week suspension for
yeah, I
Michelangelo.
think it's just a warning for Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz not injured or anything. It's just a 1 week suspension. Now I'm gonna check quick.
Hmm.
Because boy, that's locking out. Or
Yeah.
if you want, you could get rid of Haaland and Douglas Luiz, take the -4 and see if you get Son with that money. If not Son, Richarlison and go ham for the Tottenham fixtures.
Um, Richarlison a
Richarlison
lot cheaper than Kulo because he had the option between Richarlison and Kulo.
and Kulu. Yeah. Okay. He's saying Watkins injured. Are you get a flag?
Nah, I didn't get that one. I
No, I
hope.
think Watkins injured.
Yeah.
Where you get that news? Anyways, deadline is 10 minutes away. Minus in that. Refresh let me refresh the app, and when you refresh the app, something just see some magical flags.
Yeah, we'll check my computer.
Nah, no flags so far on Watkins as far as I can see.
I thought I saw he was injured, so I'm bringing Watkins.
Oh, okay, right. I need to go Haaland,
So
right?
leaving Bernardo and Walker in.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the thing is, would Wan-Bissaka play? That is the next
that's the next thing. Yeah, I've seen Wan-Bissaka will play. That's I don't know. I can't put there. You'll either
Yeah,
drop
you will have to play, because Maguire out, Shaw out. Yeah, two of them out already. So I feel Wan-Bissaka will have to play.
right here.
So,
That Kevin said Maguire out and Shaw out. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, he will play. He will play. As another option too, if you want, I guess you don't want to get rid, you have to keep your City assets. You have no choice for this game week. You could bench Trippier and you could get rid of Mikalenko with the Haaland money and bring in Pedro Porro or Dogi or something like that. Or you could have gotten rid of one of the City midfielders just to save time for next weekend. Because next weekend you have as 3 men you had to get rid of, or 2 no, right? And you could bring in either Richarlison or Kulusevski just to tackle that Tottenham fixture, right? Either one. That's some decent options there. But yeah, Watkins is a no-brainer going into this game. I think you're good there. That's the best you could do for now. Can you do up your wild card? That's the best you could do for now. That is problems. Wait, we have 8 minutes. 8 minutes till deadline. Very exciting. I think I'm ready.
I leave my team as a
Yeah, yeah, that boy looking real professional, boy. The PDC World Championship starting very soon. You're looking real professional here, boy.
Yeah. I know we off season, but I still have to practice. So.
Yeah, you must practice. Have no off season, way.
So I say I have this here and I have this one home. So we can do this as our like our DACA and just talk FPL.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. We could even use it as you could put some players' names and be like, right, whoever the dot it, we'll bring in there. Oh
Yeah.
Lord. Besides Salah though, who's your captain picks or suggestions for the game week?
I really like that Luis Diaz goal he had. But now Son is mine, but it's just the captain's on the first day of the weekend. That's like either Saul. Who's the other one? Alvarez is a nice one,
Yeah,
It's just I don't know what
I think
support.
so.
Yeah, I just know what support Alvarez wanna have now. Because I think most of the time Alvarez scores be over Haaland. Or
Say that one more
Haaland
time.
I think most of the returns Alvarez have is
Was in place replacement of Was him replacing Haaland or coming on? Yeah. That's always the case. All right, 6 more minutes still. Deadline.
If you look at last week, right? Even Alvarez
He assisted last week. I didn't catch that. What did you say, Kevin? He assisted last week, Alvarez. He was a decent. I guess he just dropped and got back in. I guess we lost Kevin there. We have 5 more minutes till deadline. Kevin, yeah, man?
yeah. You brought in any Bournemouth for Fulham players?
On my main teams, yes. So I brought in Senesi and Solanke on one of my other teams. So this scout team reflects what one of my my A team looks like, what my personal team looks like.
Right.
Yeah. And Bournemouth don't have terrible fixtures coming up too, so I'm not too frightened. Alright guys, don't forget click that save button. Almost time. Do not try to do much thinking right now. Next thing the app starts to go wonky and glitch out on you. Please be careful. You don't want to hear any sad stories, any horror stories right now. Please be careful. Want everyone to have a great game week. Green arrows.
When last we do one of these deadline shows?
Wow, long time, bro. Or even on watch along. Or watch alongs normally is vibes, though. It's been a while. Been a very long time. 4 minutes to go. Almost deadline. All my team sorted. Oh, Fantasy 5. Oof, I'm gonna do my Fantasy 5 quick. All right, Fantasy 5, real quick. They have Bournemouth versus Luton, I guess. Huh? Fantasy 5. I think I'll go with Senesi, that's all I'm honest.
You think he get 3 goals in 3 games?
That's a good shout. But I don't know who else to go with the next few. You know what? Cook is 5.5. Let's go with Cook. Right. Next, Newcastle, Fulham. Jimenez is quite 8.5. He will be 7.5. Lukic, Reed, Wilson. Lord. Let's go with Iwobi, yes? Let's try it out, Rivals. So let me see if I could pull. I want to see if I could pull it up with the few minutes. Right, Fantasy 5. I'm sharing the screen, man. So as I say, guys, we play everything, all fantasies. So right, next one. That would be great, actually. I'll go with Beto. Beto for Wildness for Everton versus Burnley. West Ham Wolves. Cunha. Brentford Villa. Wait, look at all these points these men are getting away. Pog Torres, yes? Why not? Right, confirm a selection. Right. Even Fantasy 5 confirmed. With 2 minutes.
Brought in Pau Torres and Jimenez.
Yeah, I like Pau Torres. Jimenez is a good shout. Jimenez is a great shout.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem with Jimenez. I have no problem with that. All right, guys, almost time for deadline. Almost time. Oh, Raul send the next voice now.
To bring in Poro.
Yeah.
With the Haaland money.
Yeah, with the Haaland money. Quick. Deadline. Poro. One time. Sorry, I don't see your voice now. Yeah, Poro. I think that's a good show. So you have Poro and you have Watkins, and you're good to go. And captain. Oh, who's the captain? Wait, hold on. I tell the man who the captain is. Salah, oh yeah. And of course, Captain Salah. No, not Salah, sorry. Yeah,
Captain Salah.
Yeah, Salah. I don't know who he have is. I'm not saying Salah, but I don't think he have Salah. Yeah, he Captain Watkins instead. All right. All right, yeah, Captain Watkins, no problem. I know better that make Captain Saka and Vice Captain Watkins, or leave it as that, Vice Captain Salah. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're good to go there. Just in time too. Phew. Right, he bad there. And 1 more minute till deadline. Oh, this was crazy. You see, it's not easy to do deadline shooting on this side of the world because most times the deadline is Saturday morning, and Saturday is my most busiest day of the week of all the days because I'm working most times on Saturdays. Or to get up at a ridiculous. We had to get up what 5 a.m. to do a deadline stream. That's crazy. So it's easier on a Friday like this.
100.
That's not bad. 180. Hey, you have to watch the PDC World Cup, but people will championship everywhere.
Yeah, get my link for it now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm watching now.
I will. I normally renew my my subscription, and I will give. I think you could have 2 people on your account. I will send you up. All right, 2:30, guys. Deadline over. That's it. Can't make any more changes. I hope you press your save buttons, guys. I hope you all have a great game week. May ours be green. May Captain score a trick. Kevin, thanks for coming through. Thanks for support. Thanks for the guys that came through on Twitter and of course the comment section on YouTube. Share with your friends. I hope you like the craziness that we did on the stream. We showed all the different fantasies we play. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else crazy that jumped up in terms of news. Hopefully Watkins is the man. Hopefully Haaland is the man. Hopefully. Oh, good. I forget my friend Christelle. I think Christelle was okay. She wasn't in any problems. Right, and we save our friend Raul in the nick of time. Raul. His team now he put Ariola on. All right, we'll see. So Ariola, Pedro, Porro, Wan-Bissaka, Walker, Rice, Saka, Salah, Bernardo, and Ketia, Watkins, Ferguson, and his bench is Leno, Kobori, Trippier, Douglas.
That Ferguson was a good show, though. That's a good one, Ferguson, because he will get the nod.
He will get the nod.
Yeah, he will get the nod for sure.
And this Jaw will rest. Yeah.
Jaw will rest. If it's anything, Jaw will come and make a difference in the end. But
yeah, I think so, as usual. Yeah. Well, all right, Kevin, that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
A deadline on a hotline stream. So.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, people calling into
yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
voice notes help. It was fun. That was a good one and unplanned. It was I literally made up my mind yesterday because I wasn't sure. We almost didn't do a show this week, so I'm glad we were still able to. Thanks for the support, everyone. Big up Last Man Standing Productions. Right, check them out on Instagram. Any all content, anything, even what you're thinking about, all the videos, that special video you want to do. If you are, anything, risky or not risky, right? We'll do it all for you guys, right? Kevin, thanks for coming through, bro. Good luck.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Good
and
luck.
Of course, you hope Spurs lose, All right, guys, you'll see you in the next. Oh, how much goal do you think Salah gonna score against Man U? What?
I don't know.
Football now.
Everybody saying what this is his favorite fixture.
Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah.
And what it was 20 goals for Liverpool, 1 for them in this. Something like that. Some ridiculous that I heard in one of the other podcasts.
Wow.
We're playing in Anfield, right? At Anfield, Anfield, it's 20 to 1, 20 goals to 1 goal, or something like that. So I don't know how true that is. I had to check that one out.
No, I'm going to check that now when I come off the stream. All right, well, cool. All right, well, thanks everyone for coming through. Big up and good luck. May ours be green. Take care, guys. Happy picking.